family? This is your man, not your boy. Go black to Africa. So, hey, I'm here in Carousel, and I ran across a group of sisters. We have one sister here who she's going to introduce herself and share a little bit about her travels to Africa. So, my sister, please tell the people who you are.
Hi, everybody. My name is Chevelle Dixon. I'm the founder and CEO of Pan African Solutions Consulting.
Alrighty then. So, you from
I'm from Brooklyn, New York.
New York City's in the house.
Always.
Okay, all right, all right. So, Carousel,
Yes.
you out here with some of your girlfriends.
Yes.
Yeah, what brought you here to Carousel?
Well, we had to break out of the country for the pandemic, and we wanted to go somewhere. We just came from Aruba in March.
Okay.
And we learned about the ABC Islands, and we wanted to go somewhere where that was out of the hurricane zone. And I wanted to experience a new culture and see something different.
What do you think about Carousel?
I think it's really awesome. I mean,
is.
the great thing is that everything is around the beach.
Yeah.
Like, we're eating by the beach, we're dancing by the beach, we're drinking by the beach. Everything is by the beach.
Yeah.
So it's beautiful beaches, beautiful people. Everybody's been so warm and friendly, and the food is really good.
So you all know what my question was when I had met sister and all that right there was, have you been to Africa?
Oh, yes.
And she hit me with it. Oh, yes, like she said. How many countries have you been to?
I've been to approximately 15 countries in Africa.
15 countries. Leisure, business, what?
It started out in school.
Okay.
So I went to Harvard, and at Harvard,
Harvard. Oh,
You didn't know that?
yeah, no, I did not know that.
Okay, I went to Harvard, and then at Harvard, I was econ major, and I was doing economics, and I wanted to apply economics to a certain location, and I went to learn about economic theory and how it related to our world and how our people could benefit from that.
Mm-hmm.
So once I was doing economics, I decided to apply it to a geographical area, and I chose Africa. So at Harvard, I joint majored in economics and African studies. I studied Swahili for 2 years, got my certificate of proficiency in
They
Swahili.
got those programs in Harvard?
Yes, we do.
What?
And after
right.
studying Swahili for a year, I had the opportunity to study abroad in Kenya,
Nice.
in Nairobi, and learned. It was great to be immersed in the culture, speak the language, and be around the people.
Nice.
So that was my first introduction.
Kenya, Nairobi. I enjoyed that. Me and my wife, we enjoyed it there. Now, so how long did you stay there in Kenya? You say?
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna correct myself. My first country was Ghana.
Okay.
In Ghana, I had this internship in probably 2005, and I was working with someone I linked up at MIT and Harvard Business School. I was writing a case study for Harvard Business School on entrepreneurship in Ghana.
Yeah.
So I was interviewing entrepreneurs in Ghana, and I lived out in Accra for about the summer, about 8 weeks.
Okay. Okay. What you think about Ghana?
Ghana was beautiful. One of my interviews that I had with somebody, it really struck me because, as an African American, you're going back to the continent for the first time. My first experience, I'll share this. I got off the plane, and in America, we get off in airports.
Mm-hmm.
And in Ghana, it was the first time I ever got off on a tarmac.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as I got on that tarmac, I was like, what is this sweet aroma in the air? What is these spices? They're like, Miss, they're just burning trash over there. It's just burning trash. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that was my first experience. I was just like ready to just take it all in and everything.
Yeah.
But as I interviewed people, it was really interesting. They gave you, they say my sister, my brother, things like that. But one person that I interviewed always, it's almost 20 years now, always stood out with me. Entrepreneur was sitting across the table, and I said, what made you get into entrepreneurship, blah, blah, blah. He started asking me about New York and America. And he said, the one thing I wish I would have caught that boat.
Mm.
I was like, wow, that's deep. Because to think about what we learned about, because a lot of Africans don't know about the transatlantic slave trade.
Mm-hmm.
They don't learn about that part.
Mm-hmm.
So to hear somebody say, I wish I would have caught that boat because look at all the opportunities y'all have in America compared to the opportunities where we are in Africa, that took me from a mind twist.
I guess I've met people who's very knowledgeable in transatlantic slave trade because Ghana's got, some of the dungeons that are there and all that, and different museums and artifacts and all that. But Not everybody is in the know.
Yeah.
Not everybody's in the know. So, okay, 15 African countries.
Yes.
And so Kenya, Ghana, I know we won't go through the whole laundry list of countries.
I can.
But are there some well, hey, I mean, are there those that stand out that you possibly would recommend maybe people to go visit and all? Because I tell people living over in America, we all have different backgrounds. Some people have city life, country life, the desert in America, whatever it might be. But what are your top
Okay.
3 countries or whatever you would
Top
like to?
3 countries
Yeah.
in Africa.
Okay.
All right. So first one, hands down, Kenya. I'm biased because I knew the language.
Yeah.
When you learn Swahili, you're able to relate to people in a different
Oh yeah,
way.
makes it a whole lot different.
I had a really close friend of mine. We met each other studying abroad. She was great with the shang. Shang is like colloquialism, slang. She was great with the shang. Me, I learned it at Harvard, so I'm like, well, you have to conjugate the verb and add this, and I'm book smart, But to be able to actually start melting into the language and be able to communicate with people in their own language, Kenya was really big for me. Also, what I loved about Kenya was it's all terrain. You have the mountains, you have the safari, you have the beach, you have the city, you have the lakes, you have all terrain in Kenya. Like when I went to, again, Kenya was my second country in Africa. When I went to Ghana, I went there looking for animals. You ain't gonna find animals in Ghana, not really. Not like you're gonna find them in Kenya and Tanzania.
Right. The safari animals, yeah.
That's not there.
No.
So when you go to Africa and you're expecting animals, you're not gonna get that in Ghana. So that's why I was a little I was like, wait, this isn't what I was looking for. Where's the animals?
Yeah.
But anyway, Kenya is definitely my hands down favorite. My second favorite, now this is gonna be hard.
Drum roll.
Drum roll, please. I'm gonna give it to Ethiopia.
Ethiopia.
I'm gonna give it to Ethiopia. It was amazing to go see Lalibela, to see the churches.
Yeah.
I personally love Ethiopian food. I studied at NYU for grad school, so there was a Ethiopian restaurant right on West 4th Street that I literally ate 3 times a week. Ethiopian food.
Okay.
So to be able to go and eat the fresh injera and all the food, and it was just amazing. So the food for me in Ethiopia was amazing. And also the endurance of the people. It's an arid land. To see what they can do in that arid land. I have this one picture of this man plowing a field behind a mountain. Ain't no grass. Mm-hmm. He got one cattle and a little plow. But the determination and the endurance to actually see something come from nothing.
Yeah.
That's what I got from Ethiopia, and I absolutely loved it. I lived out there for a month. When I went out there for a UNECA. I was covering the UN Economic Commission of Africa conference out there.
Okay.
So that was great. And then I would give my third one. I'm going all around Africa. Give everybody a little bit different taste. South Africa gets the honorable mention, but it's not on the list. Top 3, Morocco. Now,
alrighty, Morocco.
So right. I don't speak French. I don't speak Arabic. My friend who accompanied me did. Mm-hmm. So again, the ease of language is very important. But as far as Morocco, my first Arabic country was Egypt. Mm-hmm. My experience in Egypt, unfortunately, was not very pleasant. I found people to be very racist and chauvinistic. Okay. When I was in Morocco, people were loving, giving, caring, showing you around, wanting to teach you about their culture. So Morocco really restored my faith in Arabic countries as far as being a black woman, traveling. Okay. So yeah, those are my top 3.
Y'all heard it. Hey, those are her top 3, Haven't been to Morocco yet, but I've been to, Egypt, Ethiopia, and Kenya. Yes. And y'all from Tanzania and Ghana, hey, I still got love for y'all too. So.
I got love for y'all. I've been to TZ. I got love for TZ.
Oh, yeah.
Zanzibar, Dar es Salaam.
Yeah.
I got love for it. It just, it just didn't make the top 3.
It didn't make the top 3. That's right. And it's her choice. That's right. So, what would you say to our brothers and sisters who have not been to the continent and maybe teeter-tottering, should they not, or in your experience, do you see the importance of maybe reconnecting back with Africa?
I've traveled to 15 countries in Africa, but 40 countries around the world.
Yeah.
I think it's very important for you to step outside of your bubble and experience other people's culture, other people's lives. You learn so much about yourself as you see yourself in other cultures. So, period, go to Africa just because it's another part of the world that you've never seen. That's one. As a black person, I think it's very important to visit Africa. But evaluate, I think what's even more important is the self evaluation of why is it even a question?
Mm.
Finances aside, all of that aside, why is it even a question?
Yeah.
For me, when I went to the UK, that's my first country I ever traveled to, but then immediately after that, I went to Ecuador. I was studying Spanish and I went to practice my Spanish in a Spanish speaking country. At the same time, one of my close friends went to Ghana. And this was 2000, this was around 2000. And I said, ew, why would you ever want to go to Africa? What?
Most responses.
Why
people,
would
yeah.
you want to go to Africa? Ew.
Yeah.
But that's what we were taught in America.
Yeah.
Look down on Africa. Don't appreciate what comes from Africa. Don't value what comes from Africa. Once I actually evaluated myself and critiqued myself and did a self-evaluation, why did I have such a negative perspective
Yeah.
on Africa?
Yeah.
Then I said, you know what? Let me see it for myself. Fell in love. Changed my major. My business is based on Africa. My business is based on nonprofit fundraising for African and black businesses and nonprofits. So it just became it's infectious. Once you
Very
go,
good
it's
word.
infectious.
It is. It is.
So I mean, you not only want to go just to see, but you're gonna learn so much about yourself.
Wow, that's an awesome statement that you just made there. That I try to share with the people my experience. But I just can't do it all the time. But you're right. I mean, once you get there, it's infectious, and you're probably going to rediscover who you are, as well as maybe seeing the connection that you have with the people. Maybe see things that are within yourself or within your family that you think, man, hey, there's that connection. So, 15 countries. You go how often?
I try to go since I've been traveling since 2000. I've been traveling to Africa since 2005. I try to go every other year, but
Okay.
when I do go, I country hop. So when I was in Kenya, I went to Uganda and Tanzania. When I was in Malawi, I went to Zambia. When I was and also South Africa. When I was in South Africa, I went to Nigeria. So I try to get a couple of countries in at the same time.
Well, great. So, it's beautiful that I have met her and her female friends and all that right there. And a couple of your friends have been to Africa too as well, South Africa, and I have a lot of those from South Africa say, when you coming to South Africa? You ain't been here. You're afraid to come down here. I'm not afraid to come. I will be down there. But I'm still going to say, I'm not going to say it because somebody will get offended. But anyway, the please share with us about your business you have
Yeah.
dealing with Africa.
Yeah, thank you so much for the opportunity. So again,
Yeah.
my name is Chevelle Dixon. I'm the founder and managing director of Pan African Solutions Consulting. Basically, what I do is development for nonprofits that benefit Africa and the Black and Brown communities. What does development mean? Well, there's a lot of types of development, but primarily what I focus on is fundraising. And grant writing, and things like that for nonprofits to benefit Black and Brown communities.
It is a pleasure to sit here and have a conversation with you. You went to Harvard, and they didn't get too much of this up here. You still held on to them African roots.
Oh yeah,
Look at her natural hair, y'all. Come
Oh,
on
you
now.
like it,
I would
babe?
not have guessed that coming out of Harvard. Not, I know we got people some probably graduate from Harvard, but I'm just saying, it feels good to see that sisters coming out of Ivy League school who I didn't know that they may have had the curriculums
Oh yeah.
of Africa and stuff that
Oh yeah.
you got involved with and you have journeyed along the continent.
Mhm.
I'm impressed.
Thank you. I mean, the thing is that I went to a private all-girls school in Manhattan, Nightingale Bamford School for high school.
Okay.
And how many times did we learn about European history?
I know.
How many times did we learn about the BS history they try to give us about the U.S. I literally was like, can I get economics and can I get African studies? What's good?
Yeah.
Like, not just old, civilizations of Africa. What's happening in Africa? And I sought that out in Harvard, and thank God Harvard had a stellar program. They don't only just teach Swahili; they were teaching like a good 6 different African languages.
Nice.
The entire African, it was headed by Skip Gates.
Okay.
So the entire AFAM and African department was amazing. All the opportunities I had to travel for free through Harvard, like everything, all my travel grants for free through, I would say, Egypt, Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, all through Harvard.
Okay.
And Ghana for free. So thank God for Harvard. Because they're not fronting on the African studies. They definitely provided it, and that's something that I missed in my private all-girls school education in the Upper East Side of Manhattan.
Alrighty. So hey, for you all who are interested in getting grants written or any type of, you said there's business
Business development, yeah.
Business development. How can they reach you?
Yeah, you can reach out to me at cdixon@pan-africansolutions.com. Check out my page at pan-africansolutions.com. And I think that's about it.
All right, family. Well, hey, you heard it here. Sisters are out here traveling to Curacao. Sisters out here traveling to Africa. Why not you? All right, this is your man. This is your...
Chevy. Yeah, girl. From Brooklyn.
Go
Represent
back to
Africa.
All righty. Peace out, family.
Peace.